Hello officers, Scorpios, and welcome back to Soul Horoscopes Weekly Edition. I'm your host to the universe, Christopher Witecki. I'm also the host of SoulGarden.me, the most loving space on the internet. Come on down, it's for remarkable souls living their brightest. Is that you? We've also got a new show on Mondays. It is another Office Hours, but this one is Office Hours SG After Dark, starring our own village chief, Jenny Watson, and I, Marcella, who is the hostess with the mostest to all of our Office Hours. This is us live on webcam, chatting it up with Jenny, talking about issues, and I just have a feeling it's going to turn into a girls' night, which means I'll be there. But come on down, we'd love to see you. Now we are moving into a new state of awareness. The sun has moved into Leo over the weekend. That means a new topic. I, for one, am so grateful to get out of that moody sun in Cancer. That was where you were looking on life purpose and therefore connecting to emotions. Just to review, remember, we always have three stories going on in astrology. At the top, you always have your God or global energy. That is the sun in Leo. The sun in Leo means the entire Earth this month is working on the I love state of awareness. And love is the source of everything. Love is what makes the world go round, truly. And in metaphysics, that is true as well. So the whole Earth is connecting to source and or not. When you're a Scorpio, do you know where you connect to source? Career. I know, right? Who would think? You probably don't. In other words, if a Scorpio is not happy in their career, they don't have good access to love. And what really is career? Well, on a spiritual level, career is our decision making, being in control of our future. So when a Scorpio is not in control of their destiny, they can't open their hearts. They can't love. They can't accept love, and they don't feel good. All right. There's also a third story that is based on your rising sign. This is the story based on your date of birth. This is the story that we help you with GA. So if you're watched over by GA, we're covering that third story for you in addition to these two at the horoscopes that we do as a gratitude and free. So we are working on the I love, which is green energy, if you don't know. I love is green in the color spectrum, just like the leaves on trees, just like most of Earth, most of life is green. Interesting, isn't it? And it also is our heart chakra. So for those of you who understand the chakra system, you're working on your heart chakra and how well it can open. So anyone who's aware of heart chakra issues, you're working on those this month as well. As we begin on Monday, the question is, can you feel the love? So you're walking into your career and you're asking that on both levels. Can you feel the love in your career? Do you love your life? Do you love yourself? Do you love your decisions? Do you love the direction things are going? Do you love it? And you're probably at work going, do I love it? Now you're also a bit testy. The moon is in Libra. So as you walk in asking if you love it, your emotions are tied to the past. So you're really getting up out of the past and going, is the future different? You know, that's kind of how it is. So you are set up for some potential storms. The rest of the planet is pretty sunny, but you've got some potential storms, especially when the moon crosses over Mars. Now we have an opposition that comes to a bit of a head or a minor head today with the moon crossing Mars in Libra and Uranus over here in Aries. For you, this is a faith versus reality tug of war. And with the moon crossing Mars, this is an issue that has got to be resolved by your birthday, which is you have got to find your inner faith, end your weed behavior, and get out of it. You've got to find that inner soldier in you. You got to find that inner harmony in you. You have to find peace in yourself by your birthday this year, or you're in astro trouble. That's what I talk about so deeply in the Act 3 videos. So the moon in crossing Mars, this flare-up that you might have, is really the universe saying giddy up to the Scorpios as far as facing your fears and crap. In other words, if you come to work and you're not loving it, it's not cool to bring your past to work. So if you did, that's karma right there. Don't do that. Leave your past in the past, but you're feeling the past in the present. Good luck with all that. That's Monday. Then Tuesday, it's kind of emotional and more past stuff. The moon is the ruling planet of the day, and it's deep in your subconscious. It's also going to cross Saturn. So Monday, you're probably going to be a baby all day. Tuesday, the universe is going to really give you the energy or strength to kind of grow up on the deep inside, to find the faith in yourself, okay? So although this whole month is about career and love, the battle on Monday and Tuesday is faith in yourself to get to the career and love. So, you know, it's the house that Jack built. But on Tuesday, you are feeling, you have to find it. And as the moon crosses over Saturn, you're being called to emotionally grow up or respond differently to your inner self. Try a different approach than feeling weak or poor meing or running to this or that. Try a different approach. So a different emotional response really is the key. And this energy of the super powerhouse is trining Venus in Gemini. What exactly does that mean, Mr. Witecki? Well, I will tell you. It means that in order for you to open up in faith, you also have to open up generically in boundaries altogether. That Scorpios in their boundary consciousness, which is what Gemini is, Scorpio boundaries are still limited. They're still kind of, prehistoric as far as your life is concerned. Your boundaries are based probably on your childhood still. And you're a new adult trying to get rid of the old boogeyman. So what this trine says is you're going to have to step into new boundaries in order to have the faith and courage to step into the faith, and these are trine. On Wednesday, sun comes out. Thank goddess for that. You're still very private. You are reserved. You are spiritual. But the sun is ruled by Jupiter, so hope is on the way. So if work sucked Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday is fun. Jupiter ruling the day is trying to get you to see it differently, see a different light. So in your career, in your legacy, in your decision making, which is what Sun and Leo is about for you, look differently. What else? What are your options? What are your options? And that's really what Wednesday is asking. What are your options out there in that career world? And therefore, what are your options as far as loving life? Because if you're not happy in your career and decisions, you're not happy with life. We also have a double yod that comes up on Wednesday. Now, the one yod with Pluto at the midheaven, if you watched this last week, that was here last week. That one basically says, hey, Scorpio, you got to keep an open mind for anything to work. This one also includes Pluto, but it is trining down to Sun in Leo, conjunct Mercury, and over to Neptune in Pisces. What this yod says is this: if you want to go differently in career, if you want your career to have more meaning and purpose, if you want to be more in control of your legacy, it takes two steps, Pluto and Neptune. Pluto says, open your mind, because the way you think it is not the way it is, otherwise you would have had it by now. So open your mind. And then secondly, Neptune in Pisces gives you a different spin, which says open your heart to the possibilities. Follow your heart, open your mind, and that will lead you to the career you want. That's what it says. I swear to goddess. Wednesday, breakdown. After that wonderful rainbow of hope yesterday, Witecki, yes, universe punches you in the face. That's called a Uranus breakdown day. But not so much a punch in the face, because as you are breaking down at work, you are feeling strong in your ego. The moon moves into Scorpio, and so your ego is emotionally empowered. In fact, that may be why there's a breakdown. You felt weak from Monday through Wednesday. Now Thursday comes and, all right, you feel strong, and it's like maybe everyone at work pays some hell. Maybe you are their breakdown. I gotta tell you, a lot of times when there's breakdown, breakthrough, and I get the info from their GA or from their emails, it was like a Scorpio that did it in their breakdown, which I know means that whoever my friend is that's complaining about a Scorpio, I know my friend probably did something wrong. So it's just kind of a fun dynamic as being a Scorpio. Anyways, breakdown. So something that was built on false hope, false expectations, wrong context, breaks down. But this is for the universe to get you to see what needs to happen. The moon in your sign does mean that you're feeling stronger than everyone else on Earth, so that's your little extra golden parachute. There's also a trine that goes on that is important for you to know. And this really happens, well, the trine goes from Uranus in Aries down to the Sun and also Mercury in Leo. So this trine is helping with the breakdown and also giving some soul advice in the sense of, for your career also, in order to have that career you want, in order to have that legacy you want, you also want to be willing to innovate the way you live in the moment, okay? And this is something I'll talk about on Friday. Okay, now we're on Friday. And on Friday, innovating the moment is part of the breakthrough. On Friday, it's a partly cloudy day, but we are breaking through. And part of the breakthrough comes down to you being willing to change how you live in the moment. So what the universe is basically saying to Scorpios is this: you want to get to a career that you love. You want to get to career decisions that you love. That's so you can feel love more often on the planet and get more source energy. Part of the problem, of course, is where everything is going. And the universe says, maybe you're used to being stuck in bad situations. So Uranus in Aries is really saying, part of the problem with career is that you get complacent in situations and you get stuck in complacent situations. And that's what this trine is really helping us. It starts Thursday and continues through Friday with this. Mercury retrograde ruling the day on Friday also just gives us an inside-out perspective. So you might have some interesting information come in. You get an email, you hear something at lunch, but just extra information that adds to that career breakthrough. Again, the moon's in Scorpio, so you're pretty empowered nonetheless anyways. Then Saturday, it's a Venus ruled day. I want to go to Sunday. Can we just end this? Saturday, we have a Venus ruled day, which means the universe is going to restore balance and order. So if you didn't get it on Friday, you should get it on Saturday. And when I say get it, I mean figuring out why you cannot love your path, love your decisions, and therefore have access to love, right? What is in the way of this situation? Where are you in the way of this situation? Venus comes in and somehow, through friends, conversations, through miracles, shows you what you needed to have balance in the first place. So it's a real breakthrough day. The moon moves into Sagittarius, so you're beginning to feel your worth and what you deserve. In fact, you may be driven to your conclusions by the fact that you deserve more. Damn it, that's the moon in Sagittarius. But there's also a soul pyramid with the moon in Sagittarius, which means that desire to be worth more ties together three areas, which leads to some grand epiphanies. Soul pyramids lead to grand epiphanies. So on Sunday, in all this balance energy, how do I be happy with my decisions again? How do I be happy with my career again? How do I be happy with myself again? Well, says the universe, take your feelings of what you're worth, okay? Trying in this new idea of living differently. In other words, what about a reality where you're happy in the moment? What about a reality where you like your work style? And tie into that on the third place, your career direction. So it's where you're going in career means that you change in the moment, which means that you have to own what you feel you're worth. Owning what you're worth is a piece of the puzzle, and I think that's maybe what adds the balance with Venus. Then Sunday, it's a spiritual day. Venus rules the day, psychic day. Mercury's retrograde, by the way, so you get all the excuses in the world, but you've watched enough to know. But nonetheless, Neptune rules the day, which means we're logging into our higher self. It's kind of a spiritual day, therefore, a typical Sunday in America. The moon is still in Sagittarius, so I believe you are feeling your self-esteem, your soul power, you're feeling your fertility, and you are. Sunday's a great day to plant some seeds to something you want to grow into cash or crops or that sort of thing. There is a subtle opposition for a while between the moon in Sagittarius and Venus in Gemini. So what this is a tiny little tug of war, which is an existing trend. Venus in Gemini is saying, like I said in the beginning of the horoscope, you got to open up to just trust intimacy in general. You got to open up to feeling differently, change rules and boundaries you've had since 20. You got to be willing to play ball here with God, with your boundaries, and not be such a tightwad with them. And at the same time, you'll find, says the moon in Sag, that sometimes your boundaries are in the way of getting paid, not anyone else. So this is the opposition that Sunday and Neptune bring to the Scorpions. All right, officer, that's all I have for this particular transit, but I will be back in 7 days. Until then, live, love, be.